Yeah, I'll admit it. I kind of felt trolled when I saw who got the TLC. But either way, I do like the idea of a little plaguey sky wrap, so I decided to take it out of the hole I had thrown it into and take it for a spin. I was flying around looking for something to harass when I heard the sound of a Tyrannotitan in the distance. And I thought to myself, yes, let's go harass that. And then in true squirrel fashion, before I could get to the Tyrannotitan, I noticed a spot in the sky. And I was like, what is that? I then spent a ridiculous amount of time trying to chase down this piece of sky dirt, only to unfortunately realize that this piece of dirt was higher than my poor little ramp could fly. It was forever out of reach. This island of dreams, my all castles in the sky moment ruined. Ruined by a flight thing. Don't want to let me fly any higher. Why won't you let me fly higher? Why won't you let me reach my dreams? It's okay, I got over it pretty quickly. Ooh, birds. But either way, my useless side quest did bring me to Savannah Grasslands, which is a place I happen to like a lot, and there was some shenanigans going on, so bonus. You're just a baby Rex making all that noise. Thought you were something more important. This ornery fowl decided to try to bite me a couple of times, but he was easy to dodge. And very tiny and maneuverable. He didn't seem to be trying that hard. And then it seems they decided I wasn't the ramp they were looking for. Then once again, the sound of a Tyrannotitan in the distance lured me away. Baby Rex just being a baby Rex. Then I happened to notice the fowl pestering the baby T-Rex again. And since it was the same one that had bitten me, I figured it was just running around biting everything in Savannah Grasslands. I decided to help, but of course I'm going to preface this by saying, 1, I'm not a very good ramp player, and 2, I switched over to my Xbox controller for my keyboard, so I'm still trying to get used to that too. Well, that was pitiful. Success! I finally got you. Finally got you. Oh god, now I'm out of stamina. Oh god, help me. I didn't know how to delatch. Unlatch? Dislatch. Ah, oh shit, bit me. I was trying to help you, T-Rex. Not anymore. You give me a hot minute, I'm coming back for you. As soon as I figure out how to land. I was muttering under my breath about Rexes these days when this conch walked by, and I wondered if he was going to make the same mistake I did and try to help that baby Rex from the thou. I hoped not. I saw the conch rush over and I knew I had a limited amount of time. Luckily, he was not pro baby T-Rex. Yay! It's so nice when infanticide can bring together a community. I'm going to eat you. Or at least I would if you hadn't landed so close to the mud. This is a struggle. This is so goofy looking. I found the Tyrannotitan making all the noise, but he was much smaller than expected, so I gave him the remains of the last baby in this area. Unfortunately, the thou continued to be a jerk. It's right around here that I also remembered I have the bat skin. The bat skin from last year. Why am I not a bat? 'Tis the season, so obviously I fixed that. I flew around continuing to look for things to harass, and I found this aloe. And then I honestly felt so bad. I felt so bad for the aloe that I was like, I can't harass you. That's practically criminal. Ah. The teabag of friendship isn't exactly the same in the air. I showed off my glorious batness. And it was instantly aloe approved. Then the aloes were kind enough to let me test some things out on him. But it doesn't stop me from being a terrible flyer. Then one aloe had the log and the other decided they wanted to be a ramp too. And we found this duck to harass. Let the harassment commence. I didn't know he could hit me when I was on his butt, thighs, whatever. We followed the duck, and he took us to another incident. At first, I initially thought that maybe the Tyrannotitan was being picked on by these two herbivores with an inbound duck. But no, of course not. It was just a Tyrannotitan and a duck picking on a iguanodon. Of course. It's a lot harder to harass when they're in pairs, or more. But I really wasn't going to let that stop me from pestering this duck. I was getting better at evading hits, but not trees. But despite our best rampy interventions, the iguanodon didn't make it. Poor guy. I had my sights absolutely fixed on these two. I wanted to continue harassing them forever. Unfortunately, my rampy partner had to go, so I would have to continue the harassment on my own. I started screaming at these babies just in case they hadn't heard the thundering footsteps up at the hill. But apparently it wasn't an issue. Look, just because mixed packing was cute in the land before time doesn't really make it cute here. I harassed the Tyrannotitan any chance I got. I also harassed everybody inside the Tyrannotitan group. Except for the spiky one. I kind of left that one alone. The Tyrannotitan gave the trophy to the baby Eo from earlier. I'd been following the baby Eo, thinking about maybe going to Grand Plains, when I heard a bit of a commotion. Well, now that could be interesting. Okay, I feel like I was mostly just moral support, but I feel like I helped. Helped by not giving them the plague, I guess. It appeared the baby Eo had a friend.
Target acquired.
Ah, teamwork. The second baby Eo, I feel like I helped a little bit more than just morally. My nemesis returns with Rex backup, of course. Holy moly, that hurt. Then a couple of new Rexes showed up. Their help was appreciated. Was I aiming for the raptor? No, not at all. But you know what? It worked, so we're gonna pretend that's what I meant to do. And we ended up getting a little more support. At this point, it looked like the Titan had pissed off the whole of Savannah grasslands. I'm not gonna lie, it was nice to see the Tyrannotitan fall, and I feel like I participated a teeny tiny bit. Buff support. Plague spreader to my enemies. I definitely had fun playing in a group, being a little bit of air support, but I did discover later on that there is one more thing that I like. The rat out trophy thief. Like some kind of tooth fairy from your nightmares. Mwahaha. Snatch it. Snatch it right out your mouth. Well, honestly, I'm really glad that I fought the urge to play something else, anything else other than Rhamp during this, but it was actually fun. I'll definitely say for me, it's a lot funner in a group, obviously, but even as a solo, I think it's still pretty neat. It's got a lot of viability, just plaguing up everybody. I haven't actually starved anybody out because I just ain't got the patience for it. But I highly encourage everybody else. Starve out the Grand Plains. Starve them all out. Alright, that's all I got. Thanks. Bye.